Good evening, everybody. Would you please rise, remove your caps and hats as we sing our national anthem. Please be seated. Good evening again, everybody. My name is David Noyce. I'm a professor of civil and environmental engineering and have the privilege of serving as Executive Associate Dean of the College of Engineering. On behalf of the college, it's my great honor to welcome you to this ceremony in recognition of our graduates. I'm thrilled we can be here today to celebrate this momentous day with all of you. It has been our honor to be part of their development as engineers and their growth as individuals. I'm here on stage with a number of engineering leaders, and I'd like you to meet them and those people who played a significant role in shaping your students' educational experience. Please hold your applause until I've introduced everybody. Distinguished guests, please stand when I say your name. Professor Paul Campanola, Chair of Biomedical Engineering. Professor Brian Flagger, Chair of Chemical and Biological Engineering. Professor Greg Harrington, Chair of Civil and Environmental Engineering. Professor Susan Hagness, Chair of Electrical and Computer Engineering. Professor Siyu Cho, Chair of Industrial and Systems Engineering. James Rink, a Director in Interdisciplinary Professional Programs. Ian Robertson, Granger Dean of the College of Engineering. Professor Isabella Slufarska, Chair of Material Science and Engineering. Professor Daryl Thalen, Chair of Mechanical Engineering. Professor Paul Wilson, Chair of Nuclear Engineering and Engineering Physics. Graduate Engineer Elijah Schwab, our student speaker. And Charles Isabel Jr., Provost at UW-Madison. Dignitaries, you now can be seated. Already are. So now I'd like to introduce Ian Robertson, Granger Dean of the College of Engineering. So during Ian's tenure, Dean Robertson has forged significant advances in our students' educational experience, providing upgraded and expanded facilities, a modern relevant curriculum, scores of opportunities beyond the classroom, and many more leading-edge professors so that we can all excel in preparing for this moment. Dean Robertson, welcome.
Hello, graduates. On a day in which you probably received a good many congratulations, I am very pleased to add mine, and not just because I'm the college dean. You are students of the highest caliber, and I will tell the provost, in my opinion, the best at UW-Madison. Over the course of your time at UW-Madison, I've had the privilege to meet many of you, to hear from you and to hear from employers about how impressed they are with your work as interns and as cooperative students. I've seen your design projects. I was just at the mechanical engineering ones, incredibly impressive, and that goes for all of the other design projects I've seen. Phenomenal work. I witnessed the leadership in the student organizations. I've learned about your contributions to the research that we do in our campus. I've heard your ideas about how we can make your College of Engineering a better place for future students. To hear your ideas, to see in so many ways your commitment to making the world a much better place. I've had many opportunities to watch you work incredibly hard and to grow as people, to grow as engineers, and to grow as tomorrow's leaders. Your energy, your determination, your curiosity, your creativity are inspirational. Your initiative is a hallmark of the way in which Wisconsin engineering students approach whatever they do, and I am very proud to call you Badger Engineering alumni. A Wisconsin engineering degree holds a high level of prestige all over the world, and I can tell you this from my travels. As I travel the world, I've been stopped numerous times in the airport because someone has seen the backpack I carry, which says College of Engineering, UW-Madison, and they tell me they were at our great college. If they weren't there, they knew someone who was. So worldwide, people know about Badger engineers. I can tell you that when people hear that you graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Madison's College of Engineering, they know you have received an incredible education. Importantly, employers recognize your excellence and they want to hire you. So I do hope all of you have jobs. Parents, you can check with them later, but they should. The employers know you're creative, they know you're hardworking, you're engineering leaders, and you're the ones that are going to make the big contributions to advance their companies. And again, we can look and see who's already there. If you look at many of the companies in Wisconsin and beyond, you will find a Badger engineer leading that company. I expect in the years to come, we will see you leading companies. You've chosen an important and fulfilling profession. As engineers, you have the power to make a difference in people's lives. I'm going to give you just a few examples of how you're going to do that. You will design, you'll implement smart city technologies that improve urban living. You'll find creative, innovative medical treatments like personalized medicine and regenerative therapies. You'll improve technologies that reduce energy costs and increase access to power anywhere in the world. You're going to create advanced autonomous systems like robot assistants for disaster response, manufacturing solutions, and even managing our daily lives. You will pioneer solutions that allow us to preserve our scarce natural resources, and so much more. What I can tell you, whatever you set out to achieve, you are ready for it and you will be successful. Graduates, throughout your education, your faculty, staff, and classmates have believed in you and encouraged you to continue pressing on towards your goal of becoming not just an engineer, but a Badger engineer. Many more people championed you from all corners of our state, our country, and our globe. I ask you to look around. This arena is full of your family and friends who are celebrating your achievements. They've been committed to your success, and they have supported you in many, many ways. I want to invite all of you to join me in thanking all of the people who helped you get to this point. Please join me. Family and friends, we have challenged your engineering students with an academically rigorous curriculum, They have learned from some of the top engineering professors in the world. We've encouraged our students to push the boundaries of knowledge and discovery, to expand their curiosity, and to uncover the unknown. Your graduates are engineering leaders. You have every reason to feel proud of them. I know I speak on behalf of all of the college faculty and staff that we are incredibly proud of this graduating class of Badger engineers. We expect that they will have an incredibly bright future ahead of them. So graduates, I want to tell you a little bit about my educational background. So I started, and you can probably tell by the accent, it's not in Wisconsin. I studied applied physics in Glasgow in Scotland. Then I moved to Oxford, where I earned my PhD. And I moved in 1982 to the United States to what was supposed to be 2 years of a stay in the United States. It turned out to be what for me has been an entire career in academia. It's been an honor and a privilege for me to educate thousands of students since then. And my experience as a professor ultimately led me to become a department chair and then the dean of this incredible College of Engineering. I made these changes because I thought I could make an impact in each of these new roles I took on. And so today I'm going to leave you with a few key insights. I did have a really, really long list, but I was told I had to keep it brief. So there's only going to be 8. It was much longer. So let me go and start. What's the first one? I think this is one you're already really, really good at. Master the basics. This is the foundation upon which innovation and problem solving are built. Be ethical. Consider the broader implications of your decisions and have the courage to speak up when it's not warranted. From my discussions with you, I don't think you're shy of making your voice heard. I encourage you to keep that up. Regardless of your career path, work in a way that protects the public good. I'd encourage you to value interdisciplinary collaboration. Working with experts from other fields helps you to see challenges through a different lens and can lead to unexpected creative solutions. You've made a lot of friends here. You know a lot of people. Stay in touch with them. That network is incredibly important. As you go through your career, continue that networking. It's going to be important to build those professional relationships. You'll never know when one of those contacts might open a door to a new opportunity or collaboration. So part of my time in Illinois, I was actually on loan to the National Science Foundation. How I got there was by pure chance. I was on the recruitment committee to help the National Science Foundation identify people who would be the next director of the Division of Materials Research at the National Science Foundation. I then got a call from the chair of that search committee, and he said, the committee's decided you should step off the committee, which caught me by surprise because I didn't know what I'd done wrong. And he said, we all want you to apply because we think you would be a good director and lead the National Science Foundation. That was a new door for me and a new opportunity. And I can tell you the time that I spent in Washington at the National Science Foundation was just incredible. It was a great thing for me to be able to do. Why tell you that story? Doors will open for you. Some you will rightly say, I don't want to try that. Others, take that chance, go through the door. I can tell you from what you've learned here, you are ready to meet the challenge. The next one, be generous with your knowledge. Guiding the next generation of engineers is a hallmark of strong leadership. For me, mentorship and teaching have been incredibly rewarding. Most likely in your careers, you will have the opportunity to do so in some way. Build teams. When you're building your team, always look for people who are better than you. Always look for areas where you don't have the strength or the knowledge to solve a problem. Hire those people. Bring them into part of your team. I know when I've talked to many of you, you've asked me, what does the dean do? You see me when you arrive. You see me here. You occasionally see me in the College of Engineering. But you ask me what I do and what one of the challenges I have. One of the challenges is building the team. The individuals that David introduced to you the department chairs, and also many of the associate deans are here tonight. They are the team that make the College of Engineering just a superb place to work. You couple those people with our faculty and our staff, and we are able to offer you an incredible educational experience. Build your team, and while you build your team, make sure you support it. Likewise, effective leadership is going to be as much about empowering others. Hire them, task them to do their job, and let them do their job. You will benefit the rewards from doing that. I certainly have. We're all going to make mistakes. We'll all have failures as we move through our careers. What I would encourage you to do is not to think of failure as a failure, but think it as an alternative path to success. If you try something and it doesn't turn out as you expected, ask why. And then use that knowledge to inform future efforts. Importantly, be open to possibilities that what you're doing might go in an entirely different and exciting direction. Be open to those opportunities. My final point is to encourage you to keep learning. I still am. It's something that's important for you to continue to do. You'll learn new ideas that will keep you up to date. It's important that you do that. And as we think about that part of that continuous learning, I want you to know that as you progress through your careers, the campus, the University of UW-Madison, the College of Engineering, will always be there as a resource for you. I ask you to stay connected to your academic department, to your college, to your university. We will be an active partner in your pursuit of lifelong learning. So make sure you come back, visit us often, and ask us questions. You are now part of an elite group of people who proudly call themselves Badger Engineering alumni. I've met many of them. Some of them never used their engineering degree during their entire career path. Others have. Some are retired for 10, 20, even 30 years. One thing they always tell me, no matter where their career path was, they're Badger engineers, and it was this Badger engineering experience that was a starting point and the driver for their success. So I'm confident in saying to you, you are ready, you are prepared for whatever comes next, and I'm going to look forward to hearing about your accomplishments. I wish you much success, and my sincere congratulations on your graduation. Thank you. I am now delighted to welcome Charles Isbell, who in August 2023, seems much longer, doesn't it? Charles became our Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. He comes to us from Georgia Tech, where he was a professor for 21 years and Dean of the College of Computing for the last 4 years there. In his time there, he led an effort to transform the curriculum and a major effort to broaden participation in computer and data science. In his research, the unifying theme is machine learning to build autonomous agents that engage directly with humans. I've asked Charles many times why he wanted to move. There's obviously one reason, right? He was coming to UW-Madison. But he says there's a second one. It's the weather. He actually loves somewhere from maybe October to September, right? There's one month I think he really doesn't like, but he can tell you all about that. But please join me in welcoming our Provost, Charles Isbell.
So it is very good to see you again after this morning. How's everyone doing? Good. So Ian told you two of my titles, Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs and Provost. I also have a third title, which is Vice Chancellor of Brief Introductory Remarks, and it is in that I am here to talk to you today. But before I give you my brief introductory remarks, I want to take a moment to say some thank yous to Dean Robertson. First off, I want to thank him for not moving the microphone, which was, we will never discuss that again. I would also like to thank him for the kind introduction. And finally, I want to take a moment to recognize something. Dean Ian Robertson has been here for more than 11 years of service as the Dean of the college. Some of the students know, some of my colleagues know, and some of you in the audience know. This will be his last commencement as Dean of the College of Engineering. He has worked tirelessly since he came to Wisconsin at the college's 9th Dean in 2013. The university is indebted to him for his leadership and commitment to growing the undergraduate student body, recognizing the importance of attracting and retaining promising faculty to enhance the educational offerings and research programs of the college, seeking collaborations with industry, addressing challenges, and raising funds to ensure the future of this vital college. So please join me for just a moment to thank Ian Robertson. I now want to welcome each and every one of you, parents, family, friends, and graduates, as well as faculty and staff on behalf of the UW-Madison Chancellor, Mnookin, and myself. I also want to offer to each and every one of you our congratulations on this day, because each and every one of you is a part of this moment. The College of Engineering has an important role to play on the UW-Madison campus, and our engineering graduates have not just an important role, but a vital one to play in the future of the state, the nation, and indeed the world. As Ian pointed out, the work of engineers touches every aspect of our lives, and we know we need graduates like you who are prepared to lead, prepared to sit down, and prepared to work out solutions to the great problems of our time, and to not only answer the questions that we know about, but to discover those questions we haven't yet come to know are important. Every field and every discipline has a way of thinking. I could talk about computing and English and philosophy and math. I'm going to take a moment to talk about engineering. As engineers, you bring problem-solving skills, but more importantly, you bring a mindset that considers trade-offs, balance, and understanding of how to affect the world, and thus ultimately, how to affect change. While others argue about whether the glass is half full or half empty, you know that what matters is what's in the glass, and whether it's within tolerances for the glass. What you've learned will serve you for a lifetime, and will serve our communities as well. So with your experiences and your ways of thinking, you're joining the ranks of well over 50,000 engineering alumni, and as you heard this morning, 500,000 living alumni of the UW-Madison around the world. This is an awesome opportunity, but it is also an awesome responsibility. So when I think of the future before you, I'm reminded of what was told to me when I was an undergraduate shortly after they invented fire many years ago. It is this quote from the great Benjamin Elijah Mays. He said, "It must be borne in mind that the tragedy of life doesn't lie in not reaching your goal. The tragedy lies in having no goal to reach. It isn't a calamity to die with dreams unfulfilled, but it is a calamity not to dream. It is not a disaster to be unable to capture your ideal, but it is a disaster to have no ideal to capture. It is not a disgrace not to reach the stars, but it is a disgrace to have no stars to reach for. Not failure, but low aim is sin." So what I ask of you is simply this as you go out into the world. Do what you are going to do anyway. Aim high. But, subject to the constraints of the problem, worry about wind shear. You know what I'm talking about. You know what it is. There's a simple point here. That point is, you are amazing. I look forward to finding out everything that you're going to do in the future. Go change the world. Congratulations. And on Wisconsin.
Thank you, Provost Isbell. Now I'd like to introduce the student speaker, Elijah Schwab. Elijah's early aptitude for math and curiosity about real-world problems sparked his interest in engineering and still guides him to this day. He came to UW-Madison from his hometown in Cedarburg, Wisconsin, which also helped enable his education through several community scholarships. After an academic career that has included undergraduate research in nuclear physics and mathematics, a thesis defense, industry experience, and student organization membership, Elijah is graduating today with bachelor's degrees in engineering physics and in mathematics, as well as honors in research and scholastic distinction. In his free time, which I think is probably very little, Elijah plays chess, learns languages, and participates in programming competitions. He also operates a tutoring business and tends bar, and he's currently in the early stage of bootstrapping a startup company. On top of all that, he's going to be conducting research in material mechanics and fracture in Sandia National Laboratories, while simultaneously pursuing a research master's degree in mechanical engineering, with a focus on machine learning and high-performance computing for engineering applications here at UW-Madison. Elijah, welcome.
Thank you, Dean Noyce, distinguished faculty, honored guests, families, and most importantly, you, the graduating class of 2025. I think I speak for all of us when I say that UW has provided some of the greatest moments and opportunities of our lives thus far. As engineering students, we learn to appreciate the bad with the good, the nights spent wrestling E's in MATLAB, or praying that you got the answer right as you hit your last submission on McGraw-Hill. The emotion you feel when your project works, but you've got no clue why. These moments are so much more than a grade. They are friendships, memories, and doorways to opportunities we never could have scripted. They are exactly why I stand before you today, with immense gratitude to the administration, professors, families, and every one of us students who showed up day in and day out to make Madison one of the greatest places in the world. Most importantly, Mom and Dad, thank you for everything. We did it. Now, you've already heard a list of things about what I've been doing here at UW, so instead, I'm going to leave that all behind and tell you the story of how I got here. 4 years ago, I don't think anyone would have expected me to be standing here, least of all myself. I had a very different dream in mind, and I want to tell you about how that dream ended and how I managed to reinvent myself. What feels like a lifetime ago, I said what is to this date one of the most worrying sentences my mother has ever heard. I want to try boxing. In the following days, she drove me down into Milwaukee, probably saying to herself that this is just a silly idea, or he'll grow out of it once he gets his ass kicked. She didn't like the risk, the idea of her kid being beat up every day, and who would? So my parents protested it. And like any kid, what did I do? The exact opposite of what my parents wanted. I needed to do this. Eventually, every weekday and Saturday morning, I was at the gym or across the Midwest for sparring and fights. At first, my parents were worried. Understandably so. It looked dangerous, and perhaps for a long time, pointless and risky. But to me, it was everything. Purpose, belonging. It even gave me my favorite memory of having to take my senior photos with a big, fat black eye. And as I matured, carried on with it, all the work began to pay off. Those many hours in the gym meant I started winning. In fact, for years, I was only winning. I started to see myself as someone who could do this for real. I jumped in the ring with professionals and consistently sparred with Olympians. I began to look at what it would take to turn professional, which only could have inflamed the worry of my parents. But I didn't know what was around that corner. The month before I turned 18, the gym hosted dozens of teams from around the Midwest. It was a stacked roster of early professionals and national amateur champions lining the warm-up room for sparring. Sparring in the sense that nobody wants their gym to lose face. Every round was a war. I sat ringside, pestering my coach to let me jump in, even though no one else in my weight class was available. Initially, his response was a stern no, followed by a firm shut up. But eventually, my persistence wore him down. He nodded once, grab your gear. With no warm-up and no second guessing, I got laced up, stepped into the ring, and at the bell, started doing my usual thing. I'm watching their feet, getting a sense of their rhythm, trying to anticipate, looking for my shot, and then the next thing I know, I'm waking up looking at the ceiling, confused by the number of coaches standing over me. I've been out for minutes. I fell apart. I lived what I can only describe as the death of invincibility. The moment when you realize you can bleed, and worse, that the world will keep turning as you do. That feeling we will all eventually know when we are stripped of confidence, altering our reputation, and ruining our vision of ourselves. The memory of that day is burned in my mind. I finally learned that I'm stubborn, obviously to a fault. At first, I refused to admit that it was over, but eventually I had to. My dream sat behind me, staring at me as I turned my back on it and moved into the UW dorms. It never fully left, but life here forced me to focus on a different path. Coming to this school was a slow cure. Here, I reignited an instinct from fighting, having to compete even with fear. At Wisconsin, this meant saying yes to the things that scare you, saying yes to the things you think you can't do, because if you do, you might just find out you can. Looking past today, each of us faces a dense fog. Those you love most, those who love you the most, and especially us new graduates, imminently face a world where the path ahead is completely obscured. But these moments are precisely where our greatest strength is forged. Seek discomfort. Lean into the moments that terrify you. Because if you do, you'll expand the boundaries of who you are and find yourself where you never could have expected. Take a moment today to reflect on your own journey, all the triumphs and the knockdowns, and ask yourself this question: what have I learned about myself here? Because it's in our answers, found not just in our victories, but how we rose after every fall, that our futures are built. And I want to make something clear. The lesson is not that we should step back, analyze, and avoid life's punches. Sure, stepping back might protect you for a moment, but if you keep retreating, you'll find yourself trapped against that rope with nowhere left to go. Saying yes to fear and the unknown is not about being reckless. It's about refusing to surrender when life presses forward. In the years ahead, we will all take hits. The worst ones we'll never see coming. But when the world tests us, and it will, let's remember who we are. Remember every night we stayed up finishing that project, every test we thought we failed, but pulled through, and every time we were knocked down but found a way to rise. So stay standing, stay swinging, and when the fog finally breaks, you'll not just find your future, you'll realize you built it with your own 2 hands. Congratulations, class of 2025. We did it. Celebrate this, and let's go out and make it a great day.
Elijah, thank you. Congratulations on your graduation. and best wishes for fulfilling a successful future. We are now very excited that this event allows us to recognize and congratulate each of our graduates individually. All of our graduates will walk across the stage with others in their major, beginning with bachelor's degrees recipients, followed by master's degree recipients, and finally, PhD students. During the procession, we will be hooding our PhD graduates. This century-old tradition is a way of honoring our doctoral graduates. Their faculty mentor designee places their hood over their head, signifying success in completing their graduate program. Graduates, if you prefer not to shake hands, please feel free to keep your right hand on your side or place it across your heart as you walk across the stage. Now, let's begin the ceremonial march. I now invite Professor Paul Campanola, Chair of the Department of Biomedical Engineering, to the podium to welcome graduates to the stage. Professor.
Thank you, Dean Noyce. Our BME graduates are poised to tackle some of the most important healthcare issues in our country. They will develop the tools that will enable researchers and physicians to replace warm body parts, treat neurological diseases, and develop new diagnostics and treatments for cancer. So it is my pleasure to introduce our graduating class and the future of healthcare. So BME students, please rise to be honored. And marshals, please escort them to the stage.
Bachelor of Science, Biomedical Engineering, Aaron Meritil, Andrew Slayton, Shunyu Tan, Bobby Fang, Thomas Newalt, Chloe Jacobson, Rachel Trakel, Simon Zalewski, Sarah Morehouse, Maximus Mia Aziz, Leo DeFrado, Zach Nee, Jacob Parsons, Herschel Lalonde Kennedy, Michael D. Senor, Riley Smith, Lauren Fitzsimmons, Megan Detra, Cora Williams, Maya Nornberg, James Zidlow, Kayleen Nickel, Nicole Chandra, Julia Salita, Jason O'Halloran, Emily Rhine, Ana Lucia Martinez Cavazos, Vo Bao Win Cao, Saivarishini Rishi, Greta Scheidt, Sydney Polzin, Grace Wilton, Emma Flemmer, Shreya Kaushik, Elizabeth Mary, Lindsay Marinovich, Taylor Brendanmull, Claire Kramer, Abby Lee Marie Mader, Hunter Belting, Anna Balstad, Rebecca Poor, Daisy Lang, Jody Lawson, Nathan Labiosa, Yash Shah, Lucas Versace, Stella Olson, Sophia Casagnazzi, Ava Schlitz, Isabel Peters, Richard Yang, Mark Rice, Youssef Gadala, Amara Monson, Kyle Everson, Lillian John, Morgan Magali, Matthew Ryan Seelan, Adam Bertusco, William Martin, Lael Warren, Shira Sarkar, Paige Zuber, Eva Lonzi, Catherine Kafkis, Jenna Sorensen, Sydney Elizabeth Franta, Ellie Ann Dingal, Isabella Colette Crane, Maggie LaRose, Katrina Tracy, Sarah Suggus, Margarita McDerritt, Sally Schoen, Lyle Alexander Blaylock, Jessica Halihia, Ipek Naz Kadialkali, Emily Shobi, Rishi Meridi, Master of Science Biomedical Engineering, Tevis Linzer, Megan Fennell, Joshua Varghese, Carolyn Craig, Zurhari Godapalan, Lauren Winsenson, Lucas Agodimas, Shireen Almerhoon, Madeline Drock, Varsha Satish, Casper Ui, Anurag Belavadi, Sinan Astur, Marina Slawinski, Siva Aditya Sivasandan, Doctor of Philosophy, Biomedical Engineering, Rashad Ryan Al-Gashari, Ali Abbasbar, Wihan Adi, Ahidana Bisanova, Samir Rosas, Madeline Shmershansky, Jamie Andrea Sergey,
Congratulations, graduates. I now invite Professor Brian Flager, Chair of the Department of Chemical and Biological Engineering, to the podium to welcome the graduates to the stage. Brian?
Thank you, Dean Noyes. Chemical and biological engineering graduates, your education has equipped you with the ability to distill a problem into its principal components, mix in missing elements, and ultimately design processes that improve our world. We hope that our teachings continue to ferment in your mind and transport you to a fulfilling career. Graduates in chemical engineering, please rise to be honored. Marshals, please escort them to the stage.
Bachelor of Science, Chemical Engineering, Ellen Fisher, Catherine Peterson, Catherine Besco, Matthew Reiteman, Taylor Gerke, Summit Schultz, Mary Margaret Schilling, Nora Dixon, Safiq Cassis, Juan Ramirez, AJ Schmeiser, Emma Barr, Emily Nelson, Marissa Genevieve Manhart, Annie Tavara, Manon Choisi Madon. Natalie Hooven. Sirinanda Chatawat. Natalie Gayton. John Virich. Madison Herman. Chloe Felch. Jacqueline Stadler. Brianna Wong. Nathan Zawicki. Thomas Liebert. Colin Queen. Arav Abhishek Agarwal. Aditya Tambe. Jacob Weller. Samuel Hauer. Tamunubukiyar Gudi. Aidil Ikmar Abu Hassan. Paige Bakistoon. Allison Kinsey. Brianna Lynch. Hannah Vates. Isabella Michael. Connor Light. Glenn Hahn. Matthew Schickling. Alex Marioni. Aaron Olson. Kelsey Kemper. Emily Burnham. Michael Maggiacomo. Nolan Rennick. Aaron Morin. Idil Dokuju. Griffin Smith. Gustavo Feria. Rachel Valerie Hutana. Dane Christensen. Ahmad Daniel. Abdullah Alamud. Nawaf Saeed Al-Gubari. Shok Madani. Dima Al-Mulhaim. Ali Al-Bandar. Abdullah Al-Morazian. Edgar A. Lebron Rodriguez. Doctor of Philosophy, Chemical Engineering. Yi Liu. Javier Chavarrio. John Emmanuel Estela Garcia.
Congratulations, graduates. I now invite Professor Greg Harrington, Chair of the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering, to the podium to welcome graduates to the stage. Greg.
Thank you, Dean Noyce. Graduates of our 10-degree programs will spend their careers engineering for public good, making daily life better for everyone in the Cole Center and beyond. They will deploy principles of public, environmental, and economic health to sustainably create resilient cities with smart infrastructure, protect our environment, and help unlock new sources of energy. Congratulations to all our graduates, and thank you for your service to society. Graduates in civil engineering, environmental engineering, civil and environmental engineering, environmental chemistry and technology, and geological engineering, please rise to be honored. Marshals, please escort them to the stage.
Bachelor of Science, Civil Engineering. Gabriel Zietlaw. Jada Titech. Angie Rincon Reyes. Jalal Bandele. Becca Zelton. Ashley Vonderchek. Ryan Wickersberg. Hamilton Williams. Evan Schmidt. Lauren Fergie. William Regan. John O'Brien. Bhuman Patel. Ryan Harith Stern. Hudson Kane. Jack Gomez. Samuel Harvitz. Kale Large. Casey Nill. Blake Meister. Ryan Hansen. Ella Thomas. Dawson Potsky. Mackenzie Nichols. Maeve Manning. Henry Rudebush. Adam Bird. Shane Rizzola. Jean Takan Pongs. Elliot Popkowitz. Teddy Baldukis. Luke Mulholland. Bachelor of Science, Environmental Engineering. Aubrey Bartle. Elizabeth Letner. Ethan Hermidson. Charles Beck. Jace Addy. Ethan Naparola. Justin Wolf. Aaron Trotter. Aaliyah Gersten. Nicole Weiser. Andrew Baudet. Jackson Staniford. Jack Meyer. Kinga Sabo. Hannah Cook. Alexandra Stays. Malin Merrick. Zoe Stansberry. Zoe Younger. Autumn Schultz. Master of Science, Civil and Environmental Engineering. Carla Rosales Lobos. Jackson Hoffman. Joshua Odongo Okello. Doctor of Philosophy, Civil and Environmental Engineering. Marissa Breitenstein. Mackenzie M. Burns. Yuan Liu. Bachelor of Science, Geological Engineering. Katie Peters. Anne-Marie Gonzalez. Elizabeth Slager. Emily Nogosek. Master of Science, Environmental Chemistry and Technology. Juliette Remy Leriver. Doctor of Philosophy, Environmental Chemistry and Technology. Jenna Swenson. Hanwei Wang.
Congratulations, graduates. I now invite Professor Susan Hagnish, Chair of the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, to the podium to welcome the graduates to the stage. Professor.
Thank you, Dean Noyes. Electrical and computer engineering graduates, you have reached this momentous occasion well prepared to shape a better world for all through your bold ingenuity. Seize this opportunity to make our national electrical power grid more sustainable. improve personalized health care through wearable electronics, ensure the security and energy efficiency of our computing systems, teach our computing machines to learn without bias, and more. In short, go forth as ethically minded engineers to advance technology for humanity. Graduates in electrical engineering, computer engineering, and electrical and computer engineering, please rise to be honored. Marshals, please escort them to the stage.
Bachelor of Science, Computer Engineering, Kyle Stevenson. Ansh Pratap Singh, Anitesh Shah, Ian Barber. Jay Sangani, Sebastian Creaky. Rohan Rao, Ash Kumar. Rohan Ramachandran, James Volmer. Shantanu Chaudhuri, America Ramirez Bernal, Dane Breaker, Isaac Prem, Lucas Grad, Brian Jang, Anna Johnson, Sumanth Karnati, Joseph Tao, Rajit Bhargav Mahesh, Ayush Jadhav, Daniel Zhou, Jacqueline Murillo Solis, Melissa Ehrman, Arun Sivarjahaj, William Fitzgerald, Nathan Wolf, Dylan Knott, Evan Wiedemeyer, Charles Bush, Harry Lesage, Cooper Young, Andrew Sanders, Ryan Lowe, Brugank Pednekar, Pariti Gupta, Kiem Vu, Uditi Shah, Asish Das, Sadman Saqib, Lawrence Su, Martin Bochi, Devanesh Agrawal, Grace Elizabeth Go, Grace Alice, Diego Navarro, Shreya Mukherjee, Krish Iser Dasani, Manguru Rakra, Jacob Farrell, Max Lebong, Stephen Cause, Alan Ekstrand, Benjamin Dami, Trevor Wotruba, Cullen Crosset, Sadan Suryo, Emilio Oliveros, Nicholas Arthur Spade, Miranda Bischoff, Ali Buckle, Jaime Campos, Zach Simons, Joshua Gobian, Jonathan Bennett, Liam Meyer, Mason Sauter, Josh Amin, Jonathan Fang, Tim Wong, Harrison Dahl, Dylan Powell, Bachelor of Science, Electrical Engineering, Jared Reese Lavoy, Rhett Dreesen, Nicholas Michael Stamidas, Norris Chen, Andrew Robert Brock, Leobardo Guardado Jr., Jacob Edmondson, Ethan Bender, Hung Nguyen, McGregor Farah, Arush Renchler Pandey, Bishwajit Mishra, Aditra Shah, Rajiv Kura, Wilson Kilmer, Calvin Lizer, Moataz Tharwat, Grant Yaden, Daquan Spravaton, Norbasamton Neftel, Ivan Mikanovic, Nicholas Parker, Matthew Klain, Gay Ermacher, Boywe Du, Nazri Hassun, Sayaming Wow. Danish Suhame, Calvin Mestel, Caden McCarville, Stephen Chen Jo Chu, Tony Tochitsky, Gavin McGowan, Reed Borowski, Dylan Kamishu, Grant Sievert, Joshua Ati, Madison McKinney, Ria Hewitt, Ayushi Saigal, Brandon Lombardo, Daniel Dobertson, Andrew Langholz, Wesley Yang, Ethan Gary, Benji Kissick, Reed Quenzi, Jacob Hung, Thomas Minot, Dylan Morose, Dan Jose Genoy, Asher Kelly, Jonathan Lee Vernon, Miles Gancho, Ryan Van Els, Daiki Zhang, Marcel Marguar, Joseph Manor, Ethan Zenker, Ethan Veying, Graham Gasper, Sam Leong, Dylan Wynn, Lance Letelier, Zachary Levy, Claiborne Culbert, Yira Lee, Dalton Zerbal, Danny Westerman, Tiayang Huang, Zhengzheng Zhu, Kwagyin Quinn, Master of Science, Electrical and Computer Engineering, Ian Hogenkamp, Scott Lawton, Aidan Mulvaney, Timothy Shee, Parthasarate Seshadri, Parth Deshpande, Anmesh Raskar, Shelly Jain, Virjitha Zivagunu, Yidon Lee, Melanie Atto Yagadar, Rohit Mysore Kariaha, Kiranumi Sikar, Shreya Melkorthi, Ashith Sankara, Sri Harsha Bandaru, Muradharan Vasudhavan, Harish Anand Vijakakumpar, Aditya Shugavi, Ravi Atul Tia Gampajan, Pradyumna Rajesh, Sankar Ram Chandrasekhar, Darish Markavazagam Javanar, Omer Hussein Syed Mohammed, Quilong Gao, Farheen Asif, Deepak Vasudevan, Rishi Felicichella, Varun Raj Shinda, Ryan Sujis, Parathiswa Diranasaman Tatham, Shilpa Mysore, Rajesh Sarifsar Suresh, Tejas Suresh, Harshita Naravaram, Lef Luana Panagofu, Melissa Bostemeyer, Gwyn Simons Buxton, Abina Olcheri Bolton, Doctor of Philosophy, Electrical and Computer Engineering, Robert Viramontes. Yuchen Yang. Ken Chen. Jiawan Zhang. Gurkhan Shakel. Sophia Taylor. Jiachi Chun. Maitroyi Sanjeev Murte. Carmen Hazeltine. David Skrovanek. Makbule Kupro Erilmaz. Damang Fang. Shubhojobi Mukherjee. Jinuan Lin.
Congratulations, graduates. I will now invite Professor Shiyu Cho, Chair of the Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering, to the podium to welcome graduates to the stage. Professor?
Thank you, Dean Noyes. Industrial and systems engineers use quantitative models, optimization algorithms, and data analytics to optimize the design and the operations of virtually every man-made system, whether it's logistic and supply chains, manufacturing processes, healthcare delivery, airlines, or even the entertainment industry. As ISYE graduates, you step into a highly industrialized world with no ceilings on your potential and endless opportunities to apply what you have learned. Will the graduates in industrial and system engineering please rise to be honored? Marshals, please escort them to the stage.
Bachelor of Science, Industrial Engineering, Nick Boer, Santiago Yaca, Oliver Easton Ninus, Allison Riley, Dana Tabaza, Grace Garnery, Yasmin Al-Rami, Jacob Stroh, Nathan Mann, Evan Hartman, Riggs Turner, Zach Quinlivan, Jeremy Thompson, Luke Larson, CJ Wallace, Finn Hansen, Brady Schneider, Cassidy Oliva, Ty Mountain, John Joseph Karnick, Jordan Fashing, Lauren Hayes Hafer, Adi Narisimhan, Matthew David Kelly, Derek Wilhelm Hoffman, Ava Marguerite Bennett, Lauren Chase Benoit, Annika Hallquist, Haley Mendola, Madison Grace Vasatko, Divya Lakshmi Danthaluri, Caitlin Julia Consul, Timothy Call, Shanak Bhattacharana, Michael Winiger, Elias Padilla, Abubakar Syed, Margaret Salenera Ramirez, Isha Katari, Hadidito Sine, Pranav Narayamam, Kupra Patel, Olivia Balara, Mawanja Kaluta, Aaron Lebakan, Ryan Dix, Abab Jawad Rahman, Wesley Shen, Israyad Faturaman, Minghua Cheung, Ho Yen Young, Pawan Lemanichot, Piraya Chanashatakoran, Thanutata Amun Nyatak Layot, Rawisawa Jiang Paisan, Olivia Lin, Xian Wang, Master of Science, Industrial Engineering, Kedar Kulkarni, Magana Prakash, Sandeep Ramachandran, Nidhi Umesh Kini, Tejos Tale, Nachiket Deshpande, Altova Dixit, Salman Dasagir Mohammed, Vishnu Sundaramurthy, Pragath Venekaloshikma, Prashant Tata, Dali Mayuha Madhupunankata, Vineeth Ganga, Adhya Sitharamasti, Arun Vyachkumar, Mohammed Asama Adil, Aravned Udakayamar, Ayush Goswami, Subham Kirvi, Yogesh Alwat, Jeb Binigar, Eric Kozer, Gitartha Sharma, Praniti Mitra, Amy Parab, Amkit Mingole, Helen Bartels, Giovanni Artiglio, Doctor of Philosophy, Industrial Engineering, Anna Elizabeth Constant, Yekwon He, Rebecca Alcock, Eric Gerard Strotman, Ashley Pepper. Ramsey Rossman.
Congratulations, graduates. I now invite James Rink, a Director in Interdisciplinary Professional Programs, to the podium to welcome the graduates to the stage. James?
Thank you, Dean Noyes. Our graduates are working professionals who have mastered a diverse set of vital engineering disciplines, including manufacturing, engineering management, sustainable systems, data analytics, engineering systems, and polymer engineering. Graduates, on behalf of the staff of the Office of Interdisciplinary Professional Programs, I want to extend congratulations to each of you for your dedication and commitment to completing your graduate degree while balancing work responsibilities and family. Now, Masters of Engineering, Masters of Science graduates, please rise. Marshals, please escort them to the stage.
Master of Engineering, Jason Lee Cretin. Cynthia Monique Nava. Allison Thornton. Edward Nedaba. David McCabe. Tamara Lene Bowman. Elise Daniels. Caitlin Morton. Ryan Gregory Horahan. Master of Science, Christopher Blazer. Rodney Lloyd. Sarah Bossenbrook. Emily Marvich. Yanis Santiago. Elisa Cruz. Clayton Reindl. Jacob Hazy. Harish Shikarappa. Lane Holt. Nicholas Hartung. Christopher Tubb. Donald Stewart. Kayla Marchant Popor. Alia Putri Harasongoku. Kuyin Tonev.
Congratulations, graduates. I now invite Professor Isabella Szlafarska, Chair of the Department of Materials Science and Engineering, to the podium to welcome graduates to the stage. Well done.
Thank you, Dean Noyes. Materials graduates, as you know, many of the world's most critical challenges facing society today require innovation materials. Most modern technologies require new materials, optimization of existing ones, ranging from semiconductor chips to nuclear fusion reactors. Graduates, you're living in the materials world, and you have learned what it takes to make this world a better place for all. Go out into the world and make the impact you are meant to have. Graduates in material science and engineering, please rise to be honored. Marshals, please escort them to the stage.
Bachelor of Science, Materials Science and Engineering, Ivan Cermak, Angela Zernich, Lucy Neely, William Ward, Isaac Nowansky, Pablo Raggi Velez, Kyle Harmer, Amelie DeShazer, Carmen Carrillo. Master of Science, Materials Science and Engineering, Christina Ambrostani, Carson Lucas, Benjamin Philip Gunderson, Jack Williams. Doctor of Philosophy, Materials Science and Engineering, Amy Kazmarowski. Frederick Lee. Abitha Davamahi. Giaji Sui. Deepankar Sri Gaihan.
Congratulations, graduates. I now invite Professor Darrell Thalen, Chair of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, to the podium to welcome graduates to the stage.
Thank you, Dean Noyce. Engineering mechanics and mechanical engineering graduates, you possess the problem-solving skills, visionary design thinking, and hands-on abilities to transform ideas into reality. You are now poised to become the innovators needed to solve grand challenges in areas such as automation, clean transportation, sustainable manufacturing, space exploration, and renewable energy. Embrace the challenges and engineer a future that is brighter for all. Graduates in engineering mechanics and mechanical engineering, please rise to be honored. Marshals, please escort them to the stage.
Bachelor of Science, Engineering Mechanic, Peter Krimstrayer, Bradley Richardson, Isaac Becker, Dominic Moran Rivers, Eli Fredrickson, Britta Leving, Grace Heinrich, Nicole Sander, Peter Vorkapich, Riley Caldwell, Gabriel Lewis, Justin Langbaum, Hayden Myers, Gavin Day, Guanlin Shin, Camden Schultz, Eugene O'Brien, Scott Russell, Kyle Adler, Nicholas James Barrett, Patrick Boyle, Thomas Weingart, Joshua Weiss, Master of Science Engineering Mechanics, Colton Jans, Bachelor of Science Mechanical Engineering, Ana Arenas, Renita Babu, Jeremy Skoa, Elliot Salindis, Soham Mukherjee, Nicholas Marr, Jacob Rock, Lyle Kirsch, Kayla Romanos Muller, Claire Kinziora, Samuel Doherty, Benjamin Weber, Ben Harvett, Kale Kubishak, Jesse Gregorich, Jacob Horsfall, Caitlin Greenwald, Samuel Roslansky, Tanner Windace, TK Koklowski, Joseph Ullman, Jake Pollard, Jared Zaleski, Antone Roosevelt, Ethan Dretzka, Nicholas Garber, Joshua Wendt, Joshua Cable, Connor Carroll, Aiden Bean, Alex Oni, Vaithihi Vefalopoli, Mia Lukert, Anastasia Pauline Bransky, Grace Morgan, Alexa Manchester, Savannah Kipperman, Jacqueline Ness, Abby Clark, Mindy Lamb, Madison Noe, Nika Logofet, Morgan Jones, Rachel Dybro, Megan Mulrooney, Catherine Nelson, Meta Simon, Sarah New, Chris Wilmuth, Reese Highbloom, Thomas Mattison, Parth Parikh, Micah Mitchell, Peter Davis, Matthew Haga, Noel Suarez, Varun Rajan, Beware the Second, Gotham Yeri, Wyatt Burkholz, Carter Schreiber, Jonathan McCoy, Keegan O'Brien, Jason Behrens, Reed Milton, Kate Hughes, Maxwell Anderson, Jonathan Symington, Aaron Speed, Ryan Dahlgren, Miles Quant, Jonah Pavic, Oliver Ferracci, Jacob Pellinen, Travis Weber, Jacob Goldad, Levi Karanatune, Jack Oley, Adam Neidhold, Eric Oyang, Nathan Gold, Robert Marlowe, Allison Wilhite, Nick Brennan, Jacob Hansen, Landon Bilka, Lance Ton, Henry Johnson, Katrina Luby, Mary Kathleen Harris, Ryan Michael, Ibuke Stone, Stephen Liss, Will DeGoey, Shane Kahan, Michael Rottis, Tassir Khan, Mason Hartman, Raymond Sowell, Thomas Stephen Mitchell, Jack Urban Prodell, Nicholas Fox, William Klipstein, Ethan Dooley, Jaden Hollum, Sarvesh Sakrivel, Adam Hummel, Tyler Kingsbury, Zachary Karlborg, Matthew Clem, William Gary, Nicholas Hawkinson, Thomas Davis, Robert Jansens, Beth LaHaye, Chase Portugal, Nolan Welter, Zachary Painter, Parker White, Peter Mark Earl, Jacob Morris, Louis Kehoe, Daniel Humphris, Manan Bhargava, Max Jareds, Kentaro Soderberg, Anthony Klein, Ari Weiner, Giancarlo Rodriguez, Alexander Buchan, Jonathan Bainline, Tyler Rader, Joshua Delgado, Samuel Cartwright, Jackson Maddock, Jacob Lyon, James Owens, Curran Archia, Ethan Bagshaw, Mason Troyanek, Tejasvi Chajar, Claudia Mikalski, Frankie Jovinelli, Sam Conway, Garrett Lupke, Alec Marshall, Atulino Neil Basu, Joseph Latowick, Maggie Kosdorf, Thomas Edward Martin Jr., Boya Wong, Master of Science, Mechanical Engineering, Lucas Schmelzer, Nicholas Jagersberg, Alexandria Toe, Barundis Shoresh, Parth Solansky, Anrudu Reddy Bendaram, Kalim Ram Mantrala, Samuel Porter, Ali Al-Khatib, Roxy Ryder, Hirthik Kumaran Nagarajan, Yi Chang Sin, Yuhao Huang, Kaylin Konsing, Madi Saeed Al-Saad, Surya Ramesh, Doctor of Philosophy, Mechanical Engineering, Patrick Fowl, Aditya Naguraj, Vignesh Salvaraj, Mohan Ananth, Subodh Chandra Subade, James Rice, Meg Weepal Doshi, Rebecca Ann Remke, Stephanie Hernanda Hernandez, Catherine Heidi Thayer Schnitzker, Kevin Schnittker,
Congratulations, graduates. I now invite Professor Paul Wilson, Chair of the Department of Nuclear Engineering and Engineering Physics, to the podium to welcome graduates to the stage.
Students in nuclear engineering and engineering physics, you've completed a challenging program with deep mathematical and physical underpinnings that allow you to tackle the most challenging problems facing our society. Engineering physicists have launched research careers in computational and experimental topics including particle accelerators, plasma material interactions, magnetohydrodynamics, and fracture analysis. Nuclear engineers will harness the power of the atom for the benefit of humanity, saving lives with nuclear medicine and saving the planet with nuclear energy. Graduates in engineering physics, nuclear engineering, and nuclear engineering and engineering physics, please rise to be honored. Marshals, please escort them to the stage.
Bachelor of Science, Engineering Physics. Elijah Schwab. Bachelor of Science, Nuclear Engineering, Kyle Mountjoy. Allison Holden. Hattie McCauley. Shay McCarthy. Virginia Lilly. Alexander Kino. Thomas Demo. Nicholas Fox. Daniel Macheski. Gabriel Dengler Jean Blanc. Master of Science, Nuclear Engineering and Engineering Physics. Dylan James Leonard Garfalo. Oliver Paline. Mateo Kozlowski. John Reed. Edgar Flug. Doctor of Philosophy, Nuclear Engineering and Engineering Physics. Ryan Daly. Carolyn Schaefer. Cuauhtemoc Rodriguez Sanchez. Kurt Flesch. Kelly Adriana Garcia. Jonathan Van Blarcom.
Congratulations, graduates. Now, I'd like to invite Dean Robertson back to the podium.
So graduates, would you please rise? You've clearly got some supporters here. When you became engineering students at UW-Madison, We knew you were among the best and the brightest in the world. You've worked very hard to earn your engineering degree, and now you are among the world's finest engineers. Congratulations once again, Wisconsin engineering alumni. Welcome to being a Badger engineer. I think they deserve one more round of applause, don't you? It's a noisy section over there. Graduates, you may be seated. There's one more group I would like to ask you to join me in thanking. There's many people here dressed in red robes. They're the people that have volunteered to come and help and make today's event special. They're also amongst the people who actually help plan this event and make sure it runs like it should because it's an engineering event. So with those of you wearing red robes, would you please stand so that we can recognize and thank you? I want to thank all of you for joining us today for this celebration. Our marshals will escort our graduates by section through the arena for the recessional. Graduates, please remain seated until it is your turn to recess. Family and friends, I invite you to applaud our College of Engineering graduates as they exit the arena. Thank you for coming to help us celebrate and honor these incredible engineers. Have a good night, and on Wisconsin!